Growing up in an Oregon Duck family, I never expected them to not just have the number one overall prospect in the class, but also a player with such power and such size. As a kid, I, along with a lot of other college football fans, saw Oregon as a fast team rather than a powerful team. Despite having prospects like DeForest Buckner, Kyle Long, and many other talented prospects in the trenches, Oregon has always been remembered for their players like Marcus Mariota, LaMichael James, and DeAnthony Thomas. However, recently, Oregon has been destroying the Pac-12 through their recruiting, and Oregon has turned itself into more than just a speedy roster. For example, projected top 3 pick and my number 1 overall prospect in the class, Penei Sewell, might be the best prospect I've seen since I began scouting in the 2017 NFL Draft. That includes players like Chase Young, Saquon Barkley, Myles Garrett, and Quentin Nelson. And boy, is Penei Sewell big and powerful. Penei Sewell is a freak. He is so large and has insane athleticism for his size. At the snap of the ball, he has a quick get-off, so he can get up and get his hands on the edge rushers. He also has a great kick step. This allows him to quickly get outside, and it makes it so bendy outside rushers, such as Josh Allen and Chandler Jones for example, have a more difficult time pressuring the quarterback. Penei Sewell keeps his feet far apart, and it allows him to keep a wide base. He doesn't put his feet too close together on pass rushes. If you didn't know, offensive linemen putting their feet too close together can either cause them to lose balance or cause them to lose power in their legs and in turn lose leverage to the pass rusher. Penei Sewell doesn't have that issue. By combining his wide base and continually moving his feet, it allows Sewell to move with the defenders to stop any pass rushes, whether they attempt to get inside or outside of Sewell. He shows great strength at the point of attack and rarely gets overpowered in the pass game. In fact, on run plays, it seems like 50% of the snaps Sewell pushes someone to the ground. He does a good job getting his hands on the edge rushers and containing them, but he has also shown his power by swiping defenders to the side and to the ground if they decide to rush outside. Penei Sewell has insane athleticism. He does a great job getting to the screen and blocking for the running back on screens, but where he shines is by getting to the second level. Penei Sewell has no troubles getting to the second level on run plays and pushes linebackers to the ground like it's nothing. He essentially blocks 2 players every run play. He's also great at opening holes for the running back in the second level when needed. I don't like the term perfect prospect at all, because such a thing doesn't exist. However, Sewell is probably the closest thing you'll ever get to one. We do need to talk about his weaknesses. First, there are times you can see his very young age. On the rare occasion, there are times where Sewell will get pushed back just a little too much on anchors. Also, when he pushes linebackers out of the way in the second level, he will occasionally go all in on them, getting too top heavy and causing him to lose balance. And that's pretty much only in the second level. That's it. He eliminates a linebacker and falls to the ground by doing so. And he's young, so he could still get stronger. Those are his 2 weaknesses. That's it. Those are cherry-picked weaknesses because I was trying to find a reason as to why Sewell isn't a perfect prospect, but he is very close to it. According to PFF, Penei Sewell is the highest graded lineman in college since they began grading the NCAA. That includes Ronnie Stanley, Quentin Nelson, Andrew Thomas, and many other top prospects. Not to mention, Penei Sewell was 18 years old for half of the 2019 season and still earned that high of a grade. At 17 years old, Sewell was so impressive, he became the starter as a freshman at Oregon, and he's only going to be 20 by week 1 in the NFL if he declares for the upcoming draft. His potential is sky high, and his talent is already the best I've ever seen coming out of college. I know Trevor Lawrence will likely be the number 1 overall pick, but if a team like the Dolphins or Bengals a team who recently drafted their hopeful franchise quarterback ends up with the number 1 pick, they need to make sure they also end up with Penei Sewell, the best prospect I have ever scouted.